Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day in the Go Battle League. Today we're going to be doing another Open Great League team. This is going to be a team based around Morpeko. The goal of the game is to give Morpeko any of the things for it to get ahead that you can, whether it's shields, whether it's energy, to take over the game, as it does use Aura Wheel to give it an attack stat +1. And you just keep doing that over and over. It is pretty frail, does die to a lot of things pretty fast. Fighting, because of that dark typing, fighting, charm, or fairies in general, I guess, ground. Those are all really bad for it, but it has a lot of good neutral play, has a lot of play to take over the game. So let's go ahead and get into this team. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. Helps me out so much here. And hit the like button while you're at it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this game. So this is going to be the team here on the left. That is the wrong Alolan Ninetales. Give me 1 second to fix this. I don't know if you're watching me fix it. I guess you would be. Okay. A step away from your regular scheduled program. Anyways, those are the movesets there on the left. It looks a little wonky because I try to do it as fast as possible here. Probably should have cut this. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be Alolan Ninetales Shadow Form in the front. And we're actually going to be using Powder Snow. So not going to be using the Charm variant. I will say, if you are using Alolan Ninetales, it is time to move away from Charm. On this, if you want to use a Charmer, something like Wigglytuff is definitely the way to go. And I'm definitely not saying don't use Charm. It's just not that good anymore on Alolan Ninetales, I feel like. But yeah, if you're going to use it, go ahead and go Wigglytuff. If anyone says anything, say Vergyverg sent you or said you could do it. Anyways, Morpeko, Feraligatr in the back. Feraligatr, very safe swap. Morpeko, again, going to be sort of the protect the queen comp here, with Morpeko being the carry. And let's get into it. All right. Interesting lead. It is a dark type, and you are a fairy, so definitely going to be taking a lot less damage, I guess, from Greninja. Although it's really going to be throwing the... I think they thought we had Charm, to be honest, because the Hydro Cannon is actually going to do a massive amount of damage to the Alolan Ninetales. They safe swap into Dusclops. Very safe swap in this league. They have a shiny. That's pretty nice. You are technically resisting the... Shadow Punches, but the Ice Punches, you can see, did a lot of damage. You have a 2-turn move. They have a 4-turn move. I'm sorry, they have a 3-turn move, so you want to go on 1-4-7 timing. We're getting 2 times buffed now. I guess they're going to shield and throw a move. We're going to go ahead and use both of our shields. We're 2 times buffed. We're definitely going to get another shield from them here. And we can always go back into the Alolan Ninetales at this point. Although, we could also take our KO here, or our loss. But, yeah, we're going to come back in here. They're going to throw a Hydro Cannon. They actually have a lot of energy here. I believe they're 1 off from another Night Slash. But we have the move here on 2, which was what they needed to get to a Hydro Cannon. So we would have resisted that Night Slash, although pretty close to probably KOing at this point. And they have a Shadow Scizor in the back. Technically, we would CMP tie to the Hydro Cannon to their Trailblaze. They try to catch. We do catch. Awkward interaction there. I think they could have just thrown it, but yeah. Now it's GG for sure. This is definitely going to one-shot. They have a shiny Shadow. Wait, what was the lead here? Oh, it was Greninja, but it wasn't shiny. This Greninja has a hat, and they decided to stay in. They went ahead and saw that we had Powder Snow, decided to stay in this matchup. Again, actually a pretty good matchup for them, considering that we do have this fast attack versus the Charm. I'm going to go for the bait here because they definitely hardcore outpace us. Plus, in the end of the day, this thing is so frail that it's going to do a decent amount of damage. Now, we're just going to eat this Night Slash here. Hopefully they don't get the boost. We're going to come in with our Morpeko. Probably shield. Well, we have to shield this. I'm just thinking about, can we actually shield and farm down? I don't think we can, but we can do Aura Wheel. They actually come in with Dedenne. This one's resisted. The next Aura Wheel is not going to be resisted. And we are going to not outpace. Oh, it's CMP. We win CMP. All right, Morpeko, definitely super frail, is going to win CMP over another shiny, actually. This is shiny Dedenne. Okay, all of our opponents are leading Greninja and then having shinies in the back, although this Gligar is not a shiny. Going to go for the aura wheel here. We do take... it isn't wing attack, so the Fury Cutter is actually doing a decent amount of damage. But we have the Feraligatr in the back. We still have a shield. Their Greninja is pretty low. Probably going to have to throw a move at it, though. So, going to be okay. I think it would have been totally fine. And now we can just go up to 2. But I think it would have been totally fine to throw against this. Have the shield for the Gligar and then throw the move at it. But now we have back-to-back, and we're just going to throw back-to-back here. We win CMP against Gligar if it had a move. And I assume this will KO. It does. I mean, Shadow on Shadow is a lot of damage. All right, great lead for us here. Superior. They're going to switch into Empoleon. We switch fast into Morpeko. If this had Metal Claw as the fast attack, we'd be in a much better spot, rather. But it has Waterfall, which is actually doing quite a lot of damage. We are buffing our damage here. We might as well try to take another shield. It might be good to go for Psychic Fangs here, just because we have a chance to get to a second one. We're already buffed our attack once. Now we're going to lower their defense once. Okay, we're going to end up farming this down. And we might make it to a Psychic Fangs. We're not going to make it to much more than that. But it's okay because the Superior would have resisted this anyways, considering it's a grass type, and we would have thrown an electric move at it. They end up having a Talonflame in the back, and that's going to be GG because in the one shields, Feraligatr is going to destroy it. All right, Dedenne. So they do win CMP here. Interesting no shield here. Oh, I keep thinking it's Morpeko all of a sudden. Now that we're using Morpeko, I'm like, all these Dedennes are Morpekos. Okay, got to get past that. We do outpace to the second Weather Ball as when you have Powder Snow as your fast attack, it's 5-4, 5-4. They do end up saving their Mond. They have a Parabolic Charge saved up. And if this is Dynamic Punch, it one-shots. Shadow Punch is obviously resisted considering we're a Dark type. Our move's also one-shot. This thing is... Dusknoir is so frail in this league, especially the Shadow one. They will outpace, especially because they baited. Oh, they're not going to go for another bait. I actually think I would have thrown Shadow Punch here, just because even though it is resisted, it is going to do a lot of damage and going to get close to KOing us here. And we would have saved the shield even if it doesn't KO. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it does KO and then you still have the shield. So, yeah. Great catch. Guess we'll see what's happening back here. Okay, I mean, we have a little bit of a lead here. Okay, Galarian Moltres. Ice Beam's not going to KO, so going to go for the double Hydro Cannon, which will KO, and that's going to be GG. Definitely a good insight here onto, even though it's super effective, it's not going to one-shot. Therefore, we should throw our 2 neutral moves that are going to do more than half each to the Moltres. Annihilate. Okay, with Powder Snow, this is awkward. Now, the one good thing is we do outpace. They end up catching here on the Blastoise. Now, we're going to come in with Morpeko for sure. Try to get going on the Aura Wheels. Could throw it just right away. Could throw it on 6. Gonna go ahead and shield this. Probably gonna go 1 and then throw. Maybe even 4 and then throw, just because it does look like it is gonna one-shot from here. And if they decide to shield here, I'm sure we'll go for the CMP. We win CMP against Blastoise. If not, totally fine. We have another move here for the Annihilate. Ends up being Diggersby. Tough. Going for the Psychic Fangs, which would have been super effective against the Annihilate. Going to come back in with Ninetales. This matchup's... Again, not good for Alolan Ninetales, but it's kind of neutral, except for the fact that Annihilate does a lot of damage. Definitely should have thrown a move here. Gonna come in with a Feraligatr, get some farm. Probably have to shield this, just to get the farm down here. Gonna have moves, which is a good thing. Gonna have a lot of moves stored here, but gonna be very low on HP. It looks like we will make it to a second Hydro Cannon, but we're not gonna make it to a third. And Morpeko, yeah, GG. Insane lead, Regidrago. They end up coming in with Alolan Marowak, another good sort of switch. The only thing is, with a shield advantage, this can actually just eat through the Feraligatr matchup. So staying in here to try to get those shields, probably going to go one more and then throw another Weather Ball. Ice is super effective against ground. And if they shield here, probably... Oh, we're going to CMP tie and then win CMP. Okay, perfect. All right, things are going great. Regidrago is something we have to worry about, for sure. Okay, they end up catching on the Steelix. If we had thrown right away, we actually would have gotten it. They didn't know the timing necessarily. You might be thinking here, why am I coming in Morpeko? It's going to resist... Oh, wait, does it resist? Yeah, it resists its ground, right? Is it ground? We're waiting so long. Yeah, it's ground, so it's double resisting these electric attacks. And you're like, why would I bring this in? Well, to be honest, we resist everything that this does unless it has Earthquake. I guess technically Breaking Swipe would also do neutral damage. Probably could have thrown there. Going to try to go for a lot of energy and go for back-to-back, it looks like. Psychic Fang is going to be a little bit of trouble. Going to go for the Ice Beam here. Going to one-shot a Dragon type, especially Regidrago. I think it's called Regidrago. Someone can let me know in the comments below. I see the name, but I feel like I've always heard... Maybe it's a different Mon. There's another Regi... I don't know. Now I can't think about it. Anyways, Stunfisk here. Going to be a pretty good matchup for us. We're doing super effective to them. They're doing neutral back to us. As the Stunfisk, you're definitely going to want to throw the Mud Bombs here. Going to be more efficient. Going to do a little bit more damage than the Discharge. And we technically pace the same and win CMP. They do have a Gliscopod. We're going to come in with our Dedenne here. Only thing that's worrisome... and then I guess we went ahead and saw that they did have Fury Cutter there. Only thing that would have been worrisome, yeah, is that Fury Cutter is super effective against the Dedenne. So, yeah, going to come in with the Feraligatr. Going to be worried about X-Scissor for sure, but we do have 2 shields. I'm pretty sure this KOs. Okay, that's tough. Maybe we come in Morpeko. Can we actually farm down from here? 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're going to get to a move. That's tough. We have to shield. It's super effective. X-Scissor. Oh, they end up throwing Aqua Jet, I guess, to just in case we caught. They end up having... Okay, we got to 2, but we're actually going to die before we can get to that usage there. Huh. Okay. I think we could have won that one. Okay. Moltres here in the front. Going to be tough for them. Obviously, we had super effective against them. They end up coming with a Blastoise. We probably have to shield this Hydro Cannon. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Morpeko. Again, Morpeko just so frail, so not going to be able to handle too much coming at it. But these are going to do a ton of damage. Even though the Blastoise does have a high attack stat, it definitely would KO from half here. And even the Aura Wheel going to be able to KO from here as well. Banking on that idea to take a shield here and get a little bit of an energy advantage by throwing a bait. Their defense is going to be lowered. We can shield this and pretty easily get through this Blastoise here. We just pay so well to our moves, and we only need to get to the Psychic Fang because their defense is dropped once, our attack is increased once. This does basically 25% more damage than it would normally do. They end up coming in with an Azumarill. Probably will catch on Feraligatr. Oh, interesting to go for the buff here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They get to an Ice Beam before we make it to another move, I believe, unless we want to go for the Psychic Fangs. Yeah, this is going to be the Ice Beam. But I guess we can always come in with a Feraligatr here. We're not too scared of this with Feraligatr. Okay, going to go for a ton of energy, I guess, here, and then go for the Dazzling Gleam. Definitely don't go for the Weather Ball. It is resisted by the Water typing of Azumarill. Yeah, that's just going to be GG. Moltres is going to get one shot by the Play Rough. Or, I'm sorry, the Dazzling Gleam. All right. Talonflame. Doing a lot, to say the least. Okay. Did they shield? That was interesting. It is just neutral. Yeah, they did shield once. Interesting. Going to come in with a Morpeko, assuming that the charge attacks are going to be resisted. We did get the one-turn delay here. They are one away from another fly. Did they DC? No. Wait, Clodsire's here? Maybe they just wanted to go down? I don't know. Technically, they wouldn't have made it to another move, but they would have gotten Incinerate damage through. So defense fell here. Oh, well, obviously we threw Psychic Fangs. They end up coming in with a Furret. We have a big energy advantage, plus we also have a shield advantage. So probably just going to shield through this matchup. Yeah, we should still win. It will take both of our shields if they decide to shield once, just because we're getting close to that one-shot range, and they're not going to be one-shottable from full HP. So the second one here going to be doing enough. Going to also get a little bit of energy before they switch. We'll probably go 2 over, I believe. Oh, maybe they thought we were going to switch right away. Enough shields had been used where the clock was up. Maybe they thought we were going to go for a back-to-back there. End up just staying in on the Feraligatr. Uh-oh. Sludge Bomb probably KOs from here. Can we farm this down? No, but we're going to get to a Psychic Fangs. Could have done one more, but definitely still wouldn't have KO'd. But would have gotten a little bit more energy. Although, all we need is a Psychic Fangs on this Mon, and that's going to be GG. We lag for a little bit of suspense. But yeah, we're going to KO the Furret here. That's going to be GG. Another Regidrago. Actually, people love using this. Is this sort of the same team that we saw earlier? They definitely played it different. Or we're playing it different, rather. But, yeah, probably going to come in with a Feraligatr here. Is this a known team? Someone could let me know if there's a content creator that used this team. Probably could shield and then take their shield. Not too bad. Fury Cutter going to be resisted by the fairy typing of Alolan Ninetales, which is why you see we're not really taking too much damage, even though Gliscod does have a very high attack stat. All right, gonna win the switch. Okay, I actually really like this because you get a little bit of a lead on the Regidrago. You can go for the Ice Beam, which is going to be super effective against the Dragon typing, and you double resist the fast attack here. Oh, great CMP. On the Alolan Ninetales, so you actually still can get a lot of damage off. And then we should, or our attack fell. That's not going to matter too much. Still going to KO the Regidrago. But keeping the Alolan Ninetales alive at like 7-8% is so good. Actually just going to come in with it now. They have to throw a move. Then you can farm this down with Morpeko. Although they'll probably end up switching anyways. And I don't think we have seen their last Mon. It does end up becoming a Blastoise. Are we probably going to one-shot this? At least we're hopeful that it will. Yeah. Morpeko just does an insane amount of damage. We haven't seen it in a while probably, but if you remember when it first came out, everyone was using it. It just kind of one-shots a lot of things. The only thing that's bad about it is you really have to be good at switching the forms. I was kind of hoping some Aegislash would be kind of like that, where when you use a move, you switch the forms, and you kind of have to play around with that interaction. Anyways, yeah, Morpeko, definitely this is a tough team to play. Morpeko, extremely frail, but has a lot of upside as well. You saw in those games, can one-shot a lot of things, can use multiple shields or an energy advantage to really take over games, take out 1-2 Mon pretty easily, as well as all the shields. And yeah, definitely a team to try out. Again, not for the weak of heart. You are going to be taking a ton of damage on the Morpeko. You saw the Shadow Punches. They're resisted. They did like 55%. Or probably did 50. Maybe they did like 45. Okay, I'm embellishing. But yeah, that's a lot of damage considering that it is something that is resisted. Yeah, go ahead and try this team out. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what teams y'all are using still in the Open Great League. Or if you're playing Fossil Cup, let me know those teams as well. We're definitely going to be coming out with both of those types of videos still, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.